How's it going, friends? Chris Card's back through the mail. Monday, 7 returns for you today. Our first one coming to us from San Juan, Puerto Rico. And I already ripped it open before I realized I should probably hit the record button. So I hit the record button, and here we are, live and in effect for Rico Rossi. Rico Rossi, 33rd round draft pick back in 1985 of the Baltimore Orioles, here on a Bisons card from 1988, I do believe, when they were a Pirates affiliate. 92 Stadium Club, signed very nicely as well from Mr. Rico Rossi. And yes, the address label that I hid did say Rossi on it. I couldn't, I don't know why I blanked the name, but it was Elam, which is his real first name, which threw me off, which is why I thought maybe it was a private signing perhaps. But it was not. It was from Rico Rossi, who played 4 years in the Bigs. He played in 91 and 92 for the Kansas City Royals. He played in 93 for the Atlanta Braves, and then he took a bit of a minor league hiatus and didn't get back until the Bigs in 98 with the Seattle Mariners. I guess he would have taken a Major League Baseball hiatus, not a minor league hiatus. He was back in the minors for 5 years before resurfacing with the Seattle Mariners back in 1998. Utility infielder, 33rd round draft pick, guys. As I said, pretty good. He made it to the Bigs. Light hitting utility infielder and great signer. Awesome return here from Rico Rossi. Let's move on, guys, to return number 2. Birmingham, Alabama. Our next return from a guy I'm pretty sure none of you have ever heard of before. Avenue L, they're on the return address area. That's kind of what gave it away on who this is. This guy was a former 68th round draft pick. And we got 2 signature cards here and a index card signed Best You and Yours, Otis B. Thorton. Otis B. Thornton, a catcher who got into 2 games of a doubleheader on July 6, 1973. God bless, and 2024 on that signature card, but not signed. This one is signed. Be serious? Be best wishes? No, I don't know what that says. If you guys have a clue, let me know. Otis B. Thornton on the back, as well as Houston Astros, 1973. As I said, he was a catcher. He got into 2 games, both games of a doubleheader back on July 6, 1973. He got no at-bats in the first game. He was pinch hit for after coming in for defense, I think in the 7th or 8th inning. In the second game, he got 3 at-bats, had an RBI ground out, I think, in the 8th or 9th inning. So he went 0 for 3 in his Major League career with 1 RBI. One of only a few Major League Baseball players who played their entire career outside of the United States. Awesome return from this guy, who clearly does not get too many TTM. 78 years young, but I love these stories. I love getting cards like this signed from guys that had such a unique Major League Baseball playing experience. And there you guys go. Otis Thornton. Show him some love there on Avenue L in Birmingham, Alabama. Nice to get this returned. Nice return from Otis. Thank you, Otis. Moving on to return number 3. All right, Louisville, Kentucky for return number 3. Let's tear into this and see who we have, if I can find a safe place to open it. Got a couple of cards in here. We got some vintage. We got Mr. Eddie Haas. Eddie Haas here on an 85 Topps manager card, which is one of the Tiffany cards, which is did not come out very good. Looks like it smeared pretty good on that. So that's pretty much not a good one. But the Sporting News card, Rookie Stars of 1959, which I love these cards. And this came out great. Eddie Haas, of course, played for the Cubs back in 1957. Also played for the Braves in 58 and 60. He lost, unfortunately, his entire 59 season to a broken ankle. Got into 55 total games in those years, and afterwards, of course, went on to be a minor league coach and manager for the Braves for a very long time. Didn't get to manage the Braves in 1985. That was his only managing year, and he got a card out of it. Very nice. Eddie Haas. Some guys manage many years and don't get a baseball card out of it, so pretty cool. Eddie Haas, nice return, nice vintage. 88 years young. That's right, 88. Nice job, Eddie. Thanks for signing my cards. I don't know what to do with the other one. Maybe I'll send it back to him and prep it a little better, see if I can get a better signature on it. Or maybe I'll just deal with it and put it in my top loader and call it a day for Eddie Haas. Nice return from this young man. And, of course, he went on, of course, to the Montreal Expos and Houston Astros to be a scout for many years after that, all the way into the 2000s. Nice return from Eddie Haas. Let's move on, guys, to return number 4. Tampa St. Pete for our next return here. Couple more cards in here from the feel of it. And we've got no index card. We've got Mr. Lyall Muton. Nice. Lyall Muton here, signed very nicely. 7 years in the Bigs, mostly with the White Sox. 3 years with the White Sox, 2 with Milwaukee. He played with Michael Jordan in the minors there in the White Sox early in his career. Former LSU Tiger, led his team to 3 straight College World Series tournaments, including winning it all in 91. Also played basketball, of course. Played ball with Shaq when Shaq was at LSU, and played baseball with Michael Jordan in the minors in Chicago. Pretty neat little career for Lyall Muton. Played some Korean ball as well as some Japanese baseball, I do believe, actually, the MPB. Very nice return from him. He's a great signer. Nice to get these cards signed. In fact, I had 3 cards in the photo. Oh, I see. I see the one card that's stuck to the other card. That's what you get from some of those 90s cards. You get some sticking cards. So I do see it if you guys see it. Nice return from Lyle. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on to our next return. Santa Clarita, California, our next return here. Got a lot in this envelope. Maybe some questions back. Yeah, we got questions in here. I did not send the old-timers questions. I don't think I sent Lyle questions either. And we've got an 84 Topps card in here from Mr. Scott Oger. Scott Oger, who played 35 games for the Twins back in 1983. And there you guys go. I think I asked for a debut inscription, which I did not get, but he answered questions, so that's kind of weird. Scott Oger, who was, of course, more known from you Twin fans as a longtime first base coach, third base coach, usually running around with Ron Gardenhire. He was a coach and even a manager for a few games for Ron Gardenhire when he was absent, I think in 2003, perhaps. Let's check out these questions here. He says he gets about 3 per week as far as how many autograph requests he gets. Is there something out there that... pet peeves? No, not really. It's no bother to me being I don't get too many. It might be more difficult if I got a lot more. Are you still coaching? No, I retired in 2016. My wife got sick. She's better now, and I had to take care of her. What do you think of the new rule changes? I don't mind quickening up the game. Glad they got rid of the shift. Really don't know the reason for bigger bases. I don't like the catcher not being able to block the plate. And there you guys go. Some good insight from Mr. Scott Oger, who was a longtime coach. As you read right there, he stopped coaching in 2016. Those were questions I tailor. I told you I was going to be more specific with some of these questions. So I knew he was a longtime coach, and his coaching tree kind of ended in 2008. I couldn't read up anymore on Wikipedia, so that's why I asked him. And it looks like he coached for another 8-9 years. I'm not sure where, but he coached for a few more years after that. After his run with the Twins. So a nice return from Mr. Scott Oger, and I'm glad I got that card signed for my set, my 84 Topps set. Very nice return all around. Great questions answered. Loved it. Let's move on, guys, to our next return. We are down to our last 2 returns. This first one from Carroll Stream, Illinois, and it is not Ryan Sandberg. Get well soon, Ryan Sandberg. Cancer, of course. And we've got a 74 Topps card. We've got Jee Heiser. Jee Heiser here on a 74 Topps card. He spent his entire 5-year career playing with the Cubs. 19th overall pick in 1970. Signed the disembodied heads Cubs card, which is weird. That's him right there, by the way. He is actually on that card. Jee Heiser, 5 years in the bigs. And yes, getting those 74 Topps cards signed is kind of weird. He answered some questions. Let's check this out. Let me get the questions situated over here. Very nice to get this back. I think I have a 72 Topps rookie card of his, too. I think it's him and Stevenson and Bert Hooton on there, I think, as well. I don't know why I didn't send it, but I just sent these 2 cards for, of course, my 74 Topps card set. Let's see here. How many returns do you get? He says about 30 a month, so about 1 a day, right? He didn't answer number 2. Do you still follow the game of baseball? Is there a team you root for? He says yes, the Cubs and the White Sox. What was it like playing in the Pro Softball League? It was fun. Home runs were about 25 to 30 a game for the 2 teams. Wow. That's cool. And hey, like I said, he did play in the Professional Softball League, the Chicago Storm back in 1977, their inaugural season. So had to ask about that, and then we got his response on that. So yes, I am proud of myself. I'm mixing up these questions a little bit and getting some better answers. Glad I did that, and I'll keep doing that. Jee Heiser, very nice return from him. Glad you got these 2 cards signed for the set. The Disembodied Heads card, I thought, replaced the team card of the Chicago Cubs, but I think there's a team card as well. So I'm very confused on... I know it's one of the sets I'm chasing down to get autographed, but these team cards and these Disembodied Head cards are driving me crazy. I got to keep track of so much stuff, and I got to track who I sent out to, who signed it, this, that, and the other. So Anyway, I'll keep tabs on that. That's gonna be a nightmare for me, but I'm gonna plow through and keep getting them all signed. You guys just watch. So, all right, guys, let's move on to our last return of the day. And our final return of the day from Atlanta, Georgia. And let's see who we got here. We got answered questions once again, 3 in a row. Answered questions, very nice. And we've got some vintage from the look of it. We've got Mr. Jim Brittain. Jim Brittain along with Larry Maxey. Larry Maxey signed up until recently. He's kind of missing in action right now, so I'll keep an eye on him to see if I can get this card completed or not. 4 years in the bigs for Mr. Jim Brittain. 3 years with Atlanta, 1 year with the Expos. Gotten to 76 total games in that time, mostly as a reliever. When Brittain was in the minor leagues, in fact, in '67, just before he got called up in September, his father suffered a fatal heart attack while watching Brittain bat for the Richmond Braves during the 9th inning of a 1967 game in New York. Braves minor league manager at the time, Lum Harris, told Brittain only that his father had fainted and sent him out to pitch the bottom of the 9th. Man, that's brutal. But did the manager really know how bad it was? Probably not. So who knows? Let's check out these questions. Let's see. What do you think of the new rule changes in MLB? He said, too many changes as regarding the pitcher. You throw close to a hitter, you're liable to get tossed. Umpires are too thin-skinned. That's funny. He didn't really mention anything about the pitch clock or anything. Who was your favorite teammate? He said Gary, is that Niebauer with the Braves? Niebauer, maybe? That's my best guess. I think he was on the Braves at the time. How many autograph requests do you typically get each week or month? He said about 20 to 25 a month. He has no problems with anything us TTMers do, which is great. And he follows the game of baseball, yes. And he roots for the Braves naturally. So there you guys go. Questions answered. Sort of the old school style of questions. Still have a bunch of them out there, so we're still going to get a bunch of those back. But yeah, he went on to become like an FBI agent after his playing days and did a bunch of other cool stuff, which I didn't ask about. So I'm glad I am now tailoring these questions to be more relevant to these players. But there you guys go. Jim Brittain, nice return. Glad to get this card signed. I've had that card sitting around for years, and very happy to get some ink on it finally. And that is it, guys, for this week's Through the Mail Monday. Here is this week's haul. Nice returns kind of all over the map. We got some newer cards with the Muton cards, as well as Mr. Rico Rossi. And we got some vintage as well. Very nice return. Hope everyone out there is having a great time doing whatever it is you do for fun. It's Friday evening as I'm opening up these cards and filming this video because I'm in San Fran right now, and I'm very excited. I got a Mets game tonight, a Mets game tomorrow night, and of course a Wednesday morning matinee. Very happy to be at the Mets Giants for the second year in a row now. Wonderful ballpark. Love coming here. It's magical to sit here and just look at the backdrop and just watch baseball and just what a great sport. I love it. And the Mets are actually doing pretty good. I just got done watching them beat the Dodgers somehow, and that was very fun. Of course, they'll make me want to pull my hair out here in a few weeks, I'm sure. But right now, 5 in a row, they've won. After starting 0-5, they're now 2 or 3 games over 500. Very nice. Of course, the Braves are just running away with the division. That's what's going to happen for many, many years to come, probably. And it is what it is. But, yeah, guys, check out my Instagram. I have it linked there in the description of this video. I'll post some photos from the games here. I didn't buy tickets for game 2 or 3 yet. I got the Monday game will be in the front row down the third base line. My wife is kind of into Brett Beatty. Hopefully he's playing. He's got a hamstring issue, but she'll get to watch him for 9 innings. I'm not sure what she quite sees in him, but she's into him. And hopefully the Mets win. The tickets are cheap, thankfully, because the Giants aren't doing that great this year. So still trying to figure out tickets for Tuesday's game and Wednesday's game. One of those games is probably going to be behind home plate. And another game is probably going to be at the club level because we have yet to try the club level, which I like being kind of close to the field. But the club level, it's probably something we should try at least once. So we'll try the club level since the tickets are so cheap everywhere, especially behind home plate. So just sort of waiting a couple more days. Well, not too many. We're leaving Sunday, so I'll probably pick something out tomorrow and be pretty excited about going to the games and being at the games and probably go to Seattle this year as well. I think the Mets are in Seattle for 3 games as well. So I get 6 Met games this year. That's pretty sweet. Very excited about it. I'm glad they're playing good right now. So hopefully they take 2 or 3 from L.A. and hopefully they take 2 or 3 from San Fran. I think every time we see the Mets play, they win one game and then they lose all the others. So we never see them win too many games when we go see them in person. So Let's go Mets. Looking forward to it. Check out my Instagram. Follow me. I post stuff every now and then, not very often though. But I am trying to make a concerted effort to post some more stuff. It's just, time gets away from me, and I don't have time to do all the stuff I want to do, unfortunately, in a given day. So anyway, that is it, my friends. That's all. That's all I got. 7 returns for today. Hopefully, probably 6, 7 more next week. And very excited to be getting these questionnaires back. I think I'm getting some great answers and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Just adds a new dynamic to opening up these requests. And of course, I know some of you, or maybe a lot of you, have asked questions in the past, so also very cool. Let me know what kind of answers you ever got that were pretty interesting, especially if you don't do videos like I do. I'm sure there's been all sorts of crazy questions answered that we don't know about, except maybe you know about. So let me know down below in the comments any stories of any questions, any good answers to any questions you've sent off in the past. And that is it, my friends. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the long video. Just happened to be long. I think we did about 12 minutes of just opening envelopes. So and telling stories too. Getting the background of some of these guys, including Otis Thorton, which I hope you guys were interested in that. Some of you guys wonder why I go after some of these guys. I just love it. I just love that these guys are still around. That maybe didn't have a great career, but it's just fun that they were a part of it. Such a great game. So stoked to be going to a couple of games here in the next few days. So that is it, my friends. I'm going to stop rambling now. All right. See ya.